Welcome back. Well, things are getting tense in the Macbeth household. Macbeth and his lady have killed their king and guest Duncan while he was sleeping. They're now trying to cover their tracks when there's a knocking at the door. To find out more about that knocking, we have with us Macbeth's gatekeeper.
This is so embarrassing.
I thought you were going to fire him when I went to battle.
I thought you were.
Oh, am I on? Am I on TV? Hey, I'm on TV. Oh.
So, there's a lot of knocking in the wee hours of the morning?
Sure, that's all I get. It's like the gates of hell around here. Knock, knock, knock. Oh, look! It's a farmer who's been hoarding grain during a famine and yet hangs himself because the prices have gone down the next year. Oh, knock, knock, knock. Oh, look, it's a priest who's been accused of treason, and yet he thinks he can get away with it because priests can lie without lying. Knock, knock, knock.
Have you been drinking, sir?
Hey, you the friggin' genius. Of course I've been drinking. You drink too if you work for Macbeth. Drink is a provoker of 3 things, eh?
What things are those?
Oh, nose painting, eh? Because it turns your nose red, eh? Sleep. Piss.
I guess you're right about that.
It provokes lechery too, of course.
You mean sexual desire?
I mean lechery. It provokes lechery, but takes away from the performance, if you catch my drift. No. It persuades you, but then sets you off. It makes you, it mars you. It makes you stand to, and not stand to, if you catch my drift. Aye. Yeah.
Could we please move on?
So who was actually knocking at the door once you got around to opening it?
Early friend, a couple of noble types. All I know is they were covered with shite, you see.
Okay, well, thank you for your time.
Aye, no problem. Now, there was some discussion of monetary compensation, and I will take it in drink if you've no the cash.
So, who is knocking at the gate? You're the first to meet them, right?
2 thanes, Macduff and Lennox. They've come to get the king.
And you have to pretend like nothing's happened.
That's right.
Well, let's take a look.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Morrow, both.
Is the king stirring, worthy thane?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely on him. I have almost slipped the hour.
I will bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
The labor we delight in physics pain. This is the door.
I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint himself.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down, and, as they say, lamentings heard of the air. Strange screams of death and prophesying with accents terrible of combustion and confused events new hatched to the woeful time. The obscure bird clamored the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverous and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Horror! 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 Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee.
What's the matter?
Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke ope the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the life of the building.
What is't you say, the life?
Mean you, his majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new Gorgon. Do not bid me speak. See and then speak yourselves. Awake. Awake! Ring the alarum bell! Murder and treason! Banquo and Donalbain Malcolm, awake! Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look on death itself. Up! Up! And see the great doom's image! Malcolm! Banquo! As from your graves rise up and walk like sprites to countenance this horror. Ring the bell!
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of the house? Speak! Speak!
Oh, gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Oh, Banquo. Banquo, our royal master's murdered.
What? In our house?
Too cruel anywhere. Prithee, dear, doth contradict thyself and say it is not so.
I but died an hour before this chance. I had lived a blessed time, for from this instant there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn, and the mere lees is left this vault to brag of.
What is amiss?
You are and do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father's murdered.
Oh. By whom? Those of his chamber, so it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were all badged with blood. So were their daggers, which, unwiped, we found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise? Amazed, temperate, and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man. The expedition of my violent love outrun the pause of reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs looked like a breach in nature for ruin's wasteful entrance. There the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain? That had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make love known.
Help me hence.
Look to the lady.
Well, Duncan's dead, and the two of you are certainly fooling me. But do you think the rest of them are buying it?
Well, I'm not so sure they are, which is why I fainted that point.
Yeah, that was very clever. But let's talk about this for a minute. None of the Thanes are really going to believe that the servants got drunk and killed the king, are they? I mean, even if the servants did the deed, everyone's going to believe that someone put them up to it.
That's true, but things are already working out in our favor because Duncan's sons, Donalbain and Malcolm, decide immediately after that to flee Scotland.
Yes, now, why would they do that? Earlier in the play, Duncan has named Malcolm his rightful heir. He should be king.
Yes, well, someone's just killed the king, so they're probably worried that they're going to be killed next.
As Donalbain puts it at the end of that scene, where we are, there's daggers in men's smiles. The near in blood, the nearer bloody. So I think he means that the closer you are to the king as a relative, or the near in blood, the more likely it is that you'll be bloodied, as Duncan has been.
The near in blood, the nearer bloody. I like that. Anyway, they're cowards both for fleeing. But he's right. They should be worried.